Okay. It's a little bit after 4. I'm a tiny bit late. So let me go to the YouTube. And we're going to go to my channel. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me and that you can see me. And I'm going to click on the live stream. I don't like doing it this way, but I haven't had time to figure out, okay. All right. I had to mute myself on YouTube. So let me move some stuff out of the way. And we're going to share this so people know that I am live. And I'm sorry that I had to take the beginning of the video, but I have been, I spent about 40 minutes this morning researching how to do the live through Ecamm, which is the thing I use the most. And I have OBS, and I need to go back to using OBS, but I paid for Ecamm because at the time I was having issues with OBS because I was had just gotten the iMac, so it just didn't want to work right. It was a whoa, I dropped. Okay, I dropped my gloves. It didn't want to work right, and I was used to the Windows computer and having issues. So Ecamm is a whole lot easier for the most part, but there are a couple of things that are a bit different, and this doesn't allow me to put a description. It just says live stream. So as soon as I get it up, I have to go in and do the description and things like that. I have to change things. So I'll just do that. It's not a big deal. But okay, so we're here, and I was in the middle of editing a video for Patreon, and I just finished. I have to add a little section to it. I felt weird though. Today is Thursday, and I didn't have a class, and I almost always have a class on Thursdays, so it felt very strange not to have a class. I thought we'd do a bit of some show and tell. Let me move this out of the way so you're not seeing the cord. I want to make sure everything is lined up, make sure it all looks good. So I had a catastrophe happen. I was going to print, and I'm charging it. Hopefully it's not broken, but my zip did this and it just cut off. So I'm charging, but I'm pretty sure it's broke. So this was the card I pulled. I have some journaling to do. This was the Statue of Liberty with her hands over her face like she's upset. So I'm going to leave this page alone for now, and I'm going to go back to that page. But I thought we'd do a little bit of show and tell about how this is like evolving and changing as I evolve and change. And there, that might be better. Okay, because that was right in front of my face, and y'all don't want to be looking at the microphone. So when I very first started, I had my priority things listed right here, and I journaled. A YouTuber was talking about the stimulus bill and how it supposedly carried a hidden 180-day countdown to reveal the government secrets that maybe it had to do with aliens, which I thought was hilarious. So I drew. And I had Selena and Victor for a little while. And when she came, she had on this adorable little pair of overalls that had a little rabbit and flowers and stuff on it. So I drew that. And then another thing, we made a New Year's dinner. And I talked about Selena. And I wrote an affirmation. And that was one of the cards. So just was kind of feeling my way through things. All right, let me go back to Ecamm for just a second so I can fix, because I'm off. There we go. Now that might be better. Okay. Catching you live, yay! All right, so we get to the next day. And I still have like some of the priority things. I'm doing a lot of stuff. Let's go back to here. I was doing a lot of stuff like here. Doing a bunch of the weekly stuff here. And then as you can see, it kind of, yesterday was one of those days. And so I've got some stuff in here. I'm doing, this month is the trial and error month. So when I went to Family Dollar, which is within walking distance to our house, just about, and I saw this wax warmer. And after the candle incident with my Sojourner A5, I decided that the wax warmer might be a much better idea. And it's over on the craft table by the PC computer. I have a candle. It's not lit. I rearranged some things, markers and stuff, so this has a bunch of markers in it. The area rug that I got for under my chair, because the other rug was curling up under the wheels of my chair. And I got a new trash can, and even though this says small, it's actually the size of a medium trash can, because my little tiny Snoopy trash can wasn't really working so well. So y'all can hear me okay? Is everything okay? I just want to make sure that everything is okay. Yeah, the damn aliens. So, I was excited because I have the little Snoopy trash can over where the Windows computer is, because that's where I do like certain things. I do the bulk of my stuff over here on this desk. And if you notice, I put down the contact paper. You use battery operated candles. I might have to do that. So this was priority things that I have been unpacking boxes. I had a couple of boxes with my journals in them, and I rearranged a few things in here. I got the Amazon mail. We slept in, this was while David was off. I got the new Blue Yeti mic, which I'm still figuring out. It has a little tiny bit of feedback and a little tiny bit of so I've got to figure out what that is. You know, just put a cup of coffee and this, put like a little plan, because David and I were trying to make some plans and things. So then we get to here, and I had started putting in my astrology and tarot and stuff in the bookcase that's on the craft table, and I had actually hung some pictures. I took pictures and posted them at the end of a video and put them on Patreon before I did all of that stuff. So my patrons got them first, just kind of doing, I'm moved in, but I'm still going through boxes. Like, I can't find my black Midori or Traveler's Company. It's a Traveler's Company one. I can't find my standard one, and I have stuff in it, and I wanted to use it, but I can't find it. It's somewhere in a box still. I got a new sweater and boots. I have these boots on. They're called they're made by Alpine Swiss. They're like the Uggs, but they're a tenth of the price. And this is where the thing for the hematite necklace came in. So this says Monday struggles. This says tired Tuesday. I was so tired. I didn't have a lot of sleep because my neck and my shoulders were killing me. I took some leave. I took a nap. I was trying not to take a nap, but I ended up taking a nap, and David ended up cooking dinner. This was the Oracle card. This was the Georgia Senate runoff with the needle from the New York Times where they were, and I put, because it kept moving, and then we get to this page where what I intended to do were some pictures, and I was not in the mood to draw yesterday after what happened at our Capitol building. I wanted some pictures, and my zip broke, which broke my heart. And then this morning, I just am still like in a So, I did a reading, and this is the card that I got, and so I watercolored it. Moving is not an easy task. No, it is not. And I'm still figuring, like, I rearranged the lamp and the chair and stuff yesterday because it was feeling a little bit blocked in. Like, I was feeling a little bit cornered over there where I had it, and I was scared. The little white bookcase my parents gave me my last birthday before when my dad was first getting really ill. The last birthday, because the next birthday my dad was too ill to come for my birthday. But it's from Walmart, and it's a really inexpensive one, and it is like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. If you don't have to kind of move it, and that I didn't want my lamp broken in case it started leaning again and it tipped over. But the bubblegum machine is really heavy, and it's got an iron base. It's a real bubblegum machine that you put the quarters in, the older ones that stood up, and it was a single bubblegum machine. And so I moved that so that could sit against the bookcase to help brace it. And so that's what I've been doing in here. Now this is still kind of my, this is where I was doing my goal work. It's where I've been writing my intentions. I wrote my letter to myself about my intentions. I need to write these down, the coffee chats. This is where I was figuring out, and I wrote down my wins of 2020. This is where I was planning out and plotting out a coffee chat. So that's what this is. I mean, in the very front for the count, I have my vision board, which I have that video I need to actually edit and put up for YouTube, which I've not done yet. Oh, my hands. I need to quit talking with my hands. So I have the vision board in the front. This is my tracker, and I am not doing very well. I was just talking about this in some comments. This was December. This is January. Plotting out things for personal stuff, bills, and things like that. And then we get to the bullet journal. And I like this quote. One moment. You're always so busy and never have time spare to sit down and talk to me. Why not pull up a chair? The days all pass so quickly. Week after week flies by. It's hard to take a break, but it must be worth a try. I know that it's important and there's so much to do, but all that I am longing for is a smile or kiss from you. You always work so hard. For once ignore the mess and give me just one precious moment of happiness. That's to remind me that even though I'm trying to find some balance and trying to take what I do seriously, I also have to remember that family comes first. Excuse me. I took an allergy pill this morning, y'all. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love the Hobonichi. So this is my bullet journal, and that's my quote that I read last time when we were doing, I think, the live. That's a sticker from Bree from Documented Journey. And there's my key, which lately I've been not doing. I haven't done a lot of bullet journal stuff this week. This is my 2021 of the year, Cultivating Change. I don't really have anything written there. I need to add some stuff. This was December, and I was doing quite a bit. And I've got some pictures I need to add there. This is when I got my big mug in, which is how I fill my coffee cup. So, blank pages, because I ended up doing this elsewhere. This was where I was doing the 21 and 21, and I was doing the reflection, and I started the winds, and I ended up writing them elsewhere. Blank pages. And then we get to January, and I need to fill this in. And these are the books, and I actually just read The Cane. I'll write it down. I can't. These are by Tom Knox. So I've actually finished 2 books already this year. You have all of them in 2 weeks for 2021, and your Bujo is its own book too. Yeah, me too. I have the A6. I'm gonna get to that. I have the A6. It's right here. We're gonna get to that. So I want to write some more things down for books. Oh, I finished this one. I finally finished that one, so I need to write it down. So I guess I finished 3 books. Okay. So I was doing a lot of stuff. I've been trying to figure things out. Doing here. And, yeah. This week, nothing. Nothing on the tracker. Christmas list. Doing stuff for that. This was such a busy day. Nothing. Are you ever caught up? I was doing the 5-year Hobonichi and a 10-year diary, and A6 is for 21 and a great size for doing all kinds of things. You probably said already, but what kind of cover is your Hobonichi in? This is actually a Hobonichi cover. It's from 2016. My friend Maya Good, who was Quotidian Light on YouTube and Maya Good on YouTube, she gave it to me. She went to a Buddhist thing, and she was training, and she passed away. I have a video of me and her. She came to visit. She was living the van life for a while and stuff. It's red with it has patinaed. It is gorgeous. Whoops, that doesn't go on there. How did that get there? David's niece is selling Mary Kay, and she sent me a bunch of samples of Mary Kay. So this is a Hobonichi cover. Like I said, it's from 2016. It's a leather cover. This is a red leather cover that came from Taroko Design. And I am using it now because my burgundy maroon wine colored with red stitching Sojourner A5 that was one of those limited edition kind of things from Sojourner, it caught on fire, and I've got to take it to a cobbler and see if I can get it fixed. But I love the red, so I'm not unhappy using the red, but you can tell that I've had mine for a long time because they get dirty. The edges, like, you can tell, and I clean them off, but it doesn't matter. I've got ink on it. It's got scratches. It's loved. I had intentions of keeping up with everything too. We can try. I'm amazed I kept up, excuse me, with my 5-year and 10-year. Memory keep for the 10 years. Your mother passed, and this is helping. Yeah. I'm doing, I do go in, but this has been a really, like, the last few months have been really busy trying to unpack the barn. So I keep notes in the bullet journal and the Hobonichi and the A6 so that I can go back in and fill in when I'm sitting in the house. I take my little bag with me, my little tiny knapsack, and I pick one journal to catch up in, and then, like, the next night I'll catch up in another one. Which is why when I was looking after I burnt the Sojourner that was kind of that dark cherry color. I wanted the Hobonichi A5 cover in that leather, but I just can't afford that, y'all. So anyway, thank you. Yeah, Pam lost her mother last year, right? I know that the losing a parent is. It's been 3 years since I lost my dad, and I lost my daddy in 1975, and I still grieve every day. Still. So this was Monday, and this is my little, I need to tab this, but this is the thing. Let me put the coffee thing. This is where I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the videos for the creative journaling class. I was taking notes in Rose's class Tuesday, and I don't have anything in here for yesterday because yesterday was such a shit show. So that's the bullet journal. Now, the Hobonichi A6 has kind of transformed as well. So I have some little bit of stuff in here, and I had originally planned to use this for fun. I was going to do whatever, but you know what I've realized? That some weeks, it's not, I need to just keep it simple. September. And that, yeah, I remember you saying, that's so sad. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, okay. So I started out with a little bit of fun. I had Selena and Victor over, and one of Victor's grandmothers died over the summer. And he's been really missing her. He spent a lot of time with her, and he had been very moody. And my daughter, Victor's stepdad, asked me if I would talk to Victor because he was being like a little bit of a butt. Thank you, Pam. Journaling really does help. Even if it's whatever kind of journaling it is that you need to do, like your journaling may change. You know, in the very beginning, I was having a really hard time journaling. And that's why I ordered that journal with my face on it from Bree, and she put a quote on it. Because A5 felt really intimidating because there was so much stuff I was going through. And I knew I needed to chronicle it, but I couldn't for the life of me. Every time I looked at the A5, it was just too much. So I went down to B6. And I'm still in B6 for certain kinds of things. So anyway, I wrote down, while Selena was over, I have a bunch of magnets on my fridge. Some of them are the alphabet magnets, and some of these are these little wooden magnets, and they have a bunch of little pictures and words on them for little kids to learn. Like there's one with a little picture of a dog, you know, and it has D-O-G. I didn't write the D-O-G, but here I have Selena's little figures. Now let me tell you what that child did. She can't read. She's only 18 months old. She swiped all of the magnets with her little hand off of the fridge onto the floor and then picked them up one by one. My mom has this little metal tin can with a lid. I don't know what it had in it, but it's about 8 or 9 inches tall. And Selena had taken off the lid, and she had the little tin can, and she's putting all the magnets in the tin can, and some of the magnets are sticking to the inside of the can on the walls. And then after she got all of the magnets off the floor and into the can, she walked around the house with it for a few minutes. And then she went back into my kitchen and started putting them back on the fridge one by one, putting them where she wanted them. So and then Victor was watching, is it the Santa Chronicles or Part 2, the one with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn? Victor was watching that, and every time there would be music, every time they would have the music part, Selena would go running in the living room, stop what she was doing with the magnets, and then in the living room, she'd be in the middle of the living room dancing to the music from the movie. So I documented that. We've been having a lot of rain. Nothing. I have some pictures I want to put here of the kids. And then we get to, and what am I doing here? Planning. Very simple, because this week it's been so crazy, and here's today. And I was like, you know what? Because here's why. I quit doing that here. As you can see, like I had this. You can tell, like when it starts. Right here is where it starts, and I no more of the priorities on here. No more. And then with the bullet journal is where I'm sorting out things, and actually doing more longhand stuff and writing things out more specifically, you know, but this kind of stays open, and this stays open, and they stay open normally except for yesterday and today. I just am in a mood, my anxiety from yesterday, but they normally stay open over to the side, and I kind of will write the more personal notes in the little one, and then I write more of the, like, the personal for me to remember things in the little one. And then here I was kind of doing, I wanted to do more of the, where I'm figuring things out, like for work. This is for me personally, and then this is more for work. And I think now that I've figured out, like, this is the first real week, because today's the 7th of January, that what I'm doing is working out really well. Really well. Because I'm actually using the Hobonichi for everything. Like, if I have an appointment or I'm figuring out videos, I'm doing that. The personal bill paying and stuff like that's going here. And then figuring out, like, how I want to and writing little notes over is helping. So I did, that wasn't actually a plan with me. That was a journal with me. So we're going to change this. And it didn't go up. It went up Wednesday really late. So actually it was Thursday morning maybe. but so that's helping me, and it's working out really well. Now the only thing, I have my mom's stuff and a grocery list and that kind of stuff in the Hobonichi weeks. It stays in my purse. I get it out, and I write everything down in it, and I transfer the appointments to the calendar so that I know what's going on. But that way, if I take my mom to the doctor, or my mom tells me that the doctor called, or that her medicine's going to be ready on such and such date, I can actually write it. I have it here, but I also have it in the weeks, so that when I'm at the doctor, I can write it down in the weeks, and that's where I write my grocery list down, and then house cleaning stuff and stuff like that. I've quit putting it right here. I had it right here. The house cleaning stuff, I don't have it there anymore. It's in the weeks. So that's where I'm at with the journaling and stuff. I wish I could say that I'd done a lot more, but I still haven't really done anything in the B6 since I was trying to do Create December, really. Let's go to my face. Since I was trying to do Create December. So, I think I'm getting better about doing some things, but there was a few weeks, and I think it was because I was just I've been burning the candle at both ends. Between the barn and the house, and helping my mom and my son get settled in, and trying to unpack and get everything sorted in the barn and trying to do everything else, I had been burning the candle at both ends. And so I would periodically journal. I would do some things, you know, but I had condensed it down to just doing it in here. So I haven't really been in the B6. The B6 is more for my art and documenting my life. But I've been doing that here. And after a few days, because you know, I've talked about it, I don't like to-dos. There's no more to-dos as of the 4th. And then like Monday, I wrote Monday Struggles, Tired Tuesday. I'm going to figure out what to write here. And this, maybe I'll do a tip in and add a page here to go over that. Because that was just on, I could have done it in a different journal, but this was the journal I had handy. This is becoming sort of the catch-all. The Hobonichi cousin is becoming the catch-all. I could have done this in the weekly part and made it a lot smaller. I could have done that like right here and done it a lot smaller. And that might be something I do in the future. Oh, you can't even see because I don't have it turned over anymore. But anyway, in the weekly part, I could have done it much smaller. But I think I love and I need the separation. But when things get really busy, I tend to do almost everything in pretty much 1 or 2 journals or planners or combination thereof, you know. And the A6 and the A5 are working really well together. And I don't know. Yeah. But I've taken a step back some and trying not to burn the candle at both ends. So this isn't going to be like super long. But I figured we'd chat for a little bit because I kind of just wanted to show you how it's evolving organically. And that just because, I don't know. Hello. I think we get an idea in our head about how something's supposed to go. Like, see, I was doing major time tracking and I'm not doing time tracking. I was doing priorities and kind of scheduling out, like writing as things happen during the day. Writing, and then I did this, and then I still did a tiny bit of as things happen. But by here, I'm just like journaling. We get journaling. So I'm adding, and I don't know how I feel about adding the picture and the collage to the Hobonichi, but do the pages match? Do they feel cohesive? Yes and no. Do I care? No. No. Because how the pages turn out really depends on what's going on in my life and my mood. Like what's actually happening in the world around me as well as me and how I feel. So you can kind of tell, you know, and I'm trying to be more open and more flexible. Oh, y'all still can't see. Let me change this. I'm acting like y'all can see what the hell I'm doing, and you can't. I could, like I said, I mean, I did a whole lot of time tracking here. Now, maybe you can see. You'll know what the heck I'm talking about. Being all plannerish. And then, so you can tell, I have actually so many boxes. The trash comes tomorrow. And even if I flatten out all the cardboard, we still have to go to the recycling center because there's so very much cardboard. Must have been about 15 boxes I went through. Now, they're all different sizes. Thanks, Jane. Oh, I hope I'm not getting an sinus infection. My sinuses feel all wonky. They have for the last couple days because our weather's been back and forth. This went from warm chilly to warm to chilly to cold. This morning we had frost out, but the other day it was like really nice outside. You could have walked outside with a short sleeve shirt on. And that really affects my sinuses when our weather's like that. But yeah, I feel really good. I can tell the difference in it, when I look at my journal pages, how I felt about the day. Like this day, I'll know that there was a lot of stuff going on and that I just kind of needed to sort of unwind a bit. And I that's how I did that, to do that. And then, like I said, the zip broke. It just cut off in the middle. And I tried it, charged it. We're going to see. I'm charging it again. Because right now I have a piece of this stuck in it. And it won't come out. So, if not, then I guess I'll be getting a Canon Ivy. Because my zip will finally have broken. And I love the zip. These are just little photos for my journal. If I really wanted nicer photos for the ones that are for the kids or David, I'd actually print it with my printer. Because it prints much better pictures than the little zip does. But it's okay. This is just for the journal. I don't know. Am I the only one? I mean, because even the nicer, like the Sprocket and the Ivy and stuff, the selfie might have better picture quality than some of the other ones. But my selfie's broke too. And my selfie is the original one, and I bought it new to me. Now I'm going to see if I can talk without showing journals back and forth and pretending like y'all can see me and you can't. Okay. Am I still on? Is everything still good? So, like I said, this is working out really well. I'm really happy. And the bullet journal, I'm going to sit down tonight in the house and go through and do some stuff, because there's some stuff I need to add to it. And I've written down in my pages between the Hobonichi and the bullet journal, the Hobonichi and the A6 and stuff, I can do some of the tracking. The doctor needs it. But I love the way they look, but I'm not good at keeping up with them, and I've got to get better because the doctor needs it. So I'm not unhappy with stuff. I need to go through and check off some of the things that I've gotten done and write this stuff down, because I'm about to work on creating a content list for Patreon and YouTube. But if you notice, I'm not doing like a bunch of art in the bullet journal other than when I set it up. I'm using washi tape. I do it like here and like here, and then after that, it's washi tape. And I'm not doing weekly stuff in the bullet journal either. I'm not doing weekly setups because I don't need them. I have the weekly and the Hobonichi, and that's the only one I really use. Thank you, Bree. So, yeah, this started out creative. One page, really, and then nothing because I've got pictures, and then on to planning. So, yeah. And I'm not trying to create, like, I'll be glad. This is getting me back into the practice of journaling, though, because I took a bit of a break from it because we were so busy, and I was physically and mentally exhausted doing work in the house and work in the barn. So I needed something. I wasn't going to try to do a whole lot of sketching. I was just really excited. Oh shit, you can't see. All right, hold on. See, you have to remind me. I'm just going to keep my head there, and let's do this. We're going to add my face, and I'm just going to leave it here. That way, when I'm showing you stuff, I don't forget that it's not on camera, because, yeah, see, it's one of those. But I wasn't trying to, like I talked about before, I wasn't trying to have perfect things. I was just trying to get, like, the essence of it out and having fun creating. And then I got, like, these were little, because this is when I was still doing this more as like a planner. But then you get here and they get bigger. And then you get here and they're definitely bigger, and then I'm adding pictures. And like I said, this broke because I had 2 pictures to add, and then I was going to do a bit of journaling. A bit of draw something. And I think I'll do maybe a tip in here. But yeah, you can definitely tell the mood that I'm in whenever I'm journaling. And but this is the kind of stuff I did when I very first got a Hobonichi. This is the kind of stuff that I did, only I was actually doing planner, you know, but I don't need this to do. I don't need that. I can do that stuff in the weekly section of it. So I'm like all excited. Now I got to figure out what to label yesterday. I need a W word that will go with yesterday. And then I will do an actual page and maybe tip it in here. Maybe. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. But I'm feeling good about the changes because they just kind of came naturally. That's how things just kind of ended up. I don't know. Does anybody else have that? Like, you have this certain way that you want to do something in a journal or a planner or whatever, and then after like a little bit, then it starts changing and it just kind of evolves all on its own. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I know there's a tiny bit of lag. Because what I'm seeing in front of me on the YouTube is different than what I'm seeing in Ecamm. So there's quite a bit of a lag. No, I'm not. Hey, John. Oh, I got all kinds of people in here. Yay. You do that too. Yeah, and I'm like, there's a part of me, I saw somebody, and I don't remember who it was now, and they had changed, they had used to be in a journal, like this kind of journal. I don't know what size they were in, if it was a B6 or an A5 or whatever, but they're now in a standard. And they're doing like monthly inserts, and they have like a calendar with the 12 months, and then they have a calendar for that month, and then they have a insert for the journal. And I was like, you know, if all of this, like, I may next year keep the Hobonichi and do the Hobonichi, and then after, you know, and then have a standard for my everyday carry where I do the more personal stuff in the standard. It's something I've been thinking about. But right now I have so many damn journals, and I'm just kind of feeling my way through everything and working out what is and isn't working. But I'm loving this. Like, especially once I got to the point where the planning's no longer happening in here, and I'm giving, instead of Taco Tuesday, I have Tired Tuesday. You just got a few minutes break. Oh, cool. Gotta enjoy the breaks. My cousin is coming to see me from Indiana. She's driving, and she should be here Monday. And then she's leaving Thursday to go back. She's staying in a hotel, but she's going to spend like the day here. So she might be here while I'm filming or whatever. And then we might go and have some lunch and stuff. And, it is nice to simplify. Yeah. So I'm enjoying doing this. The bullet journal might end up just for notes and the list and the project planning. I have a feeling that as I evolve through here that the bullet journal may end up more of that kind of thing. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. I have the creative one, which is what I just did that watercolor background pages in. And that's for me to play around with and figure out like creative projects and all kinds of stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you something. After I use this one up and the other, I really do like that new Tomoe River paper. Other people may not. It does have more crinkle though. Oh my goodness, the crinkle is noisier. But the ink and the watercolor dry faster. So I'm not adverse to, I like that Cosmo Air Light that I tried out. That's what the B6 one is. But to be honest with you, I like the new. I might get another crossfeel with the new paper in it when I'm finished with the Cosmo Air Light and have it cut down to B6, y'all. Go to Staples and cut it down. Because I like what I don't do the. I had quit doing the B6 every single day because I'm doing this kind of stuff in here. But whenever I have something extra or something more personal or something really specific, I use the B6 now. The new Tomoe River paper, Pam. Their machines broke. So after a while, I don't know, John can explain it a little bit better than I did. I did a video about it. Wonderland, but not done anything with it yet. Yeah, I like the Wonderland okay. It's a nice little journal planner. But they have this new Tomoe River paper. Let me get the journal. Where did I put it? Okay. I had it. Oh. What the heck did I do with it? Okay. Aha. Okay, so this is the 7 Seas Crossfield from Nanami Paper. It's the A5. It has 480 pages of 5mm grid paper. But this is the new Tomoe River paper. And I did some journaling, regular journaling in it. Things may change and I may go back to doing some more regular journaling in it. Sometimes I flip-flop. It depends on my mood. There's the barn. So there's all kinds of good stuff in here. But I could tell that I was missing journaling on A5. And then we got to December and I actually used it like a bullet journal. I set up tracking and I did like 3 days. I suck at tracking. I kid you not. I have pics. I've been waiting on the printer. Those I need to print actually on the printer itself. Because those are pictures of the barn, like from start to finish, I want to do. So, we get... I've got some pictures to add here, too. And that's what I did this because I was... that book, and this is where I did the notes for the book. So, if it's a book that is a creative book, or a book where I'm learning something, I'm doing that. This is the creative, what I'm calling my creative project, creative work journal. It's where I do, like, I've got a list of things, and I was reading the book and taking notes. And then we get to here, And I figured out, I was kind of trying to get an AM, PM kind of routine, my morning flow, my evening flow, to make things flow better. Like in the evening, tidy up the studio, take my thermos and my mug back to the house, and then when I get in the house, cook, eat at the table with family, clean, and read. And then read would be also journal. That's a blank page, blank page. Then we get to what I just created and the video I just shared. And then blank page, because I didn't want to mess up my picture right there. Now this snake, I realized after I was editing the video, and I was like, you know, I didn't tell the story. This little tiny green snake, I have 2 of them. They were sitting on the windowsill in the other room when I was in the house, in the studio. And at first, David was grabbing stuff, and he saw them out of the corner of his eye and his peripheral vision. And he, like, very quickly caught a glimpse of them. And at first, he panicked a bit. David does not like snakes at all. And then he thought that it was real at first, because it was just this one green one. The other one I had already put up. So it's sitting in the windowsill, and it... So Victor thought he was very little when he gave me these. They came in a pack of a bunch of... He got dinosaurs and a bunch of different colored snakes and a bunch of different plastic, rubbery looking dinosaurs and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know why he gave me the snakes, but he did. And so that's why I just thought it was really funny, and I thought it would be interesting. So anyway, they sit on the little thing where my computer sits now, because now I have 2 funny, like, one is very sentimental because Victor gave them to me, and the other is because that really freaked David out for a moment. But you hear how crinkly this paper? I love it. Gotta go teach. Bye. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I'm going to be doing some stuff here. This is something I'm going to plan out. So I put the washi tape there so I knew what I'd be putting there, so I'd remember. Because this is where I was doing this, and I still need to add to this. So, that's, yeah, the projects and stuff go here. So if I need to sort of do a brain dump or a mind spill or whatever, like, I could actually do that on these pages, where I kind of do that, like, when I'm figuring out, because there are a few projects I want to tackle this year, and I always do like a mind spill brain dump to begin with. I get all of that out, and then I start highlighting or underlining or circling, and then I go take those things, and then I create like a mind map. And then after the mind map, then I create like an outline, if that makes sense. So this could be the mind spill, this could be the mind map. And then I could actually glue pictures or like something and make like the outline of things here or whatever. Like, I could do all kinds of things. I don't do this kind of journal. I used to do this kind of thing a lot whenever I was going to be writing my more personal journaling, because you don't see as much of the writing, especially if you use like something like Lexington gray ink or a different gray ink. The writing isn't so pronounced whenever you have a background. It's harder to read the writing. So that's pretty much it, y'all. And now it's already 5 o'clock. So I've been on here an hour, and it doesn't feel like I've been on here for an hour. So how are your journals, planners, before I go, because I've still got a few minutes, how are your journals and planners going? Are you really enjoying what you chose to use? Are you still figuring out what you chose to use? Is it not worked out and you've already changed already? Because there are some people, like, you know, me who have let things kind of, I'm enjoying the process of letting it grow organically. I don't need a whole bunch of space to do the planning. Not my like to-do list and my little notes. And when I need more, I have the bullet journal and I have the Hobonichi, the weekly part. So I'm finding that this, I am less likely to overdo it and to overwork myself when I have the smaller. I'm actually enjoying this. And my planning, unless I'm figuring things out for like the whole week for YouTube and Patreon, I don't really use the weekly spread for my personal stuff. I use it more for work. You're still waiting on your A6 Hobonichi to arrive. You love what you're doing now. Oh, I love that. I love the crinkle too. I love the crinkle. So, I've lost 3 ollie clips. They get caught on something or attached to something. I know I have them. But where they're at, I don't know. Don't know. I'm beginning to think that maybe me and ollie clips are just not a good fit. So, you're having trouble picking a word of the year and have just left space for it. The rest is going well. That's, maybe you're just maybe you don't have a word. Maybe you have a phrase. Maybe that's something. Sometimes it's maybe a phrase or like a thought, an idea, and it's not necessarily one word. One of your weeks is strictly for appointments and info to keep about your husband's health condition and notes. Yeah. That's my weeks is mostly for my mom stuff and house stuff. You had to add in a work planner. I thought you could. You can't. Oh, yeah. And you're homeschooling too. Do you have a different thing for homeschooling, or do you? Your word of the year is balance. There are a couple people I saw who like were not doing word of the year at all. You're still using an annual planner plus ongoing notebooks from personal planners. Same for the last 4 years. All right. Personal planner. I don't know what that one is. Nope, that's in the cousin. Okay. Well, yeah, for you, that's a lot of room. The cousin is a lot of room for you. Because you're used to doing like field notes and A6, and then whatever that other size is, that one that it's a little bit longer than field notes, I think, or something. You have 2 words for the year: transformation and abundance. A few years ago, I had my word was actually inner compass, which is 2 words. And if you needed to make it 1 word, it would be like intuition. And I have a little compass on a keychain that's in the house. I have a compass and stuff. I actually got a couple of little things that were compass related. You did not do goals for the year. You're doing short-term, monthly for the year. I haven't planned out my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter goals completely yet. Simply because I'm afraid that if I do that, I did all of that last year. And I don't want to do that and then have this year be like last year. So I wrote a few things down. My heater's cutting on. It's getting colder. There are a few things, but most of what I have is planning for this 1st quarter and for January and February, March. I have a few plans for February and March. You have the field notes as your work bullet journal, an A6 for your illustrated journal, and a cousin for personal planning and journaling. Yeah, that's where I... This is slowly becoming the planner. The planner. And then this is this is the planner for my day and the month. This is slowly becoming the A5 is the front parts of it are becoming sort of the work planner, and then the back part of it's becoming my personal journal. And then this is the projects. And so the bullet journal, I'm like, well, lists and collections and trackers and crap. But if I'm not in it every day, then I'm going to be less likely to do things. So, I was thinking, come February, perhaps I switch the covers and I go back to using this one that has the new Tomoe River paper in it that I love so much, because this is Nanami Paper's Micro Dot, which is regular Tomoe River paper. If I switch the covers and switch them back, then I could use the one that I've been using as a bullet journal for the project planning, because this has got bullet journaling in it, it's got art in it, it's got, you know, and use this as my, I don't know, whatever, where I do art, and then maybe the pages in the Hobonichi can go back to being in the, I don't know, work planning. And this came from, I bought it from the Buy Sell Trade group, but it actually came from an Etsy store called Imperfectly Perfect. One of those perfects, or maybe both of them, has a K in it. She sells stuff on Etsy, but she only has things, or at least for a while, she only brought them up for sale on certain days, and like you could, the rest of the time she'd have her shop closed. And she has an Instagram. It's called Imperfectly Perfect. Now it's spelled, one of them, like I said, is spelled with a K, or maybe both of them. I've seen some of her stuff in the Buy Sell Trade groups. This is actually a Leuchtturm cover. But I love this. And I will use it on and off. I use it sometimes. I actually thought about selling it for a little while, and then I was like, no, I couldn't part with it. But it's from Imperfectly Perfect. So what I want to devote time more to is picking some stuff and doing more art, more sketching, more drawing. Because I'm doing a little bit of it for fun, but I'm not being very serious about it. So I want to be a little bit more, like I did add some detail. I did do, you know, but this was fun. I glanced at what I was doing and then did it. I didn't look at where the light was hitting or anything, you know. So I want to get more sketchy. I want to do more sketchy, you know, but I'm having fun, and I'm being loose and carefree and, you know, with it. But then I want to have the one thing which is going to end up being the B6, where I'm a little bit more serious. But that paper is really not all that wonderful for watercolor. It's just okay. So I think that's the issue. That's why I'm not in my B6. And I think maybe what I need to do is switch to a journal that I've partially used, that I really love the paper in. And I have one of the ones you made me, Bree, that I'm actually thinking about going back to, even though it doesn't have dots, and just using my pencil board stuff with it, because I love you're selling more of your TNs. Do you have any red? Pam, do you have any red or burgundy wine colored? Because that's what I need for my A5 that got messed up. But yeah, I love the red and purple. I love red and purple and black. So that's it, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here because now I've got the heater on and we've got planes flying and I've got to go cook dinner. So you do, well, message me, Pam. Message me. You can message me on YouTube, on Facebook, or you can email me. Just let me know. You can send me some pictures. Y'all have a great one. Y'all have a great one. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a really good week and a wonderful weekend. And I'm going to sit in the house tonight while David and I watch The Stand, the new version of The Stand. The episode comes out. And I'm going to do a bit of watercoloring and journaling. And I think that might be exactly what I do, is switch the journal out in the B6 so that I feel inclined to journal. You have no A5, but you have A6 from Apple Pay with card slots. Oh. 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 All right. Y'all have a great one. Bye, y'all. Okay, let's get out of here. And finish.